Right, so welcome back from that break. You're still live on Max TV. This morning we're looking at something quite interesting. You're share, the Ghana music industry as a whole, but you're focused so much on the North. Now you share how the Northern music can also penetrate. As a matter of fact, it is believed that here in Ghana, or Fanti is Sante English, and other brofo in or trend the passazi and yuma otum no odwe. Why is it so? Why is it that other languages no yaze yanyuma untum na undu echirem oside odru? But to have these conversations I have with me in the studios, one of the men that I always feel proud having, on my show, Mr. Binoska is here.
I'm telling
I mean,
you.
full of wisdom when it comes to the music, in the entertainment, and other the art and culture industry. The man is well versed. Good to have you, sir.
Good to have you too.
Not
so
today.
glad to Nyame adom.
What's I mean? I'm in the Wobi. Yeah, you never knew going anywhere. You share that and share who be brave. You share the North. In focus this morning as far as the entertainment industry you're concerned. Yeah. Of course, over the years, it's in Bebre, Epe from the North. You could talk of Alaji Sidi Kubwari, you can talk of Samini, you can talk of Kina Isoba, you can talk of Riella, you can talk of Fancy Gadem, and Bebre now. Okay,
Kina Isoba.
Kina Isoba I've mentioned already. Yeah. Now, you share the impact of one music on making, and then we look at the language. What to you woma or to me now creature. But there is this question, maybe so years I shared you mentioning in say. We are looking at the entertainment industry as a whole. But Ako, from your angle, yakade enjoy music. How would you define it?
Okay. I want to say thank you to for inviting me, and then also to your wonderful viewers on Max TV. Now, music can be defined in at least 3 basic ways.
Good.
And see, when you say music, theoretically, we can say it's an arrangement of sounds and rhythms that is pleasant to you, you as an individual.
Okay.
Or pleasant to the ears of a person.
Of the listener.
Or the listener. Because you may hear particular music and you say, oh, this is not music. Why? Because it's not pleasant to you.
Okay.
Okay, good. At the same time, too, music can also be defined as a stimulant that works with the human body, complements the human's existence on earth. So you can see that it gives you emotional feelings beyond it pleasant to you. It gives you, it stimulates your character.
Okay.
It even shapes the way you think.
Okenyano.
Yes, okenyano. Oshe unkran. Otuma usuban sisa.
Okay.
Otum sisa.
Okay.
And if beyond that too, music so your business. Music is a multi-billion industry that if you are in it and you understand how it operates, you can invest money in it and get returns for that investment if you understand. So these are the 3 definitions I'll just give you. But basically what music does is that music is an arrangement. There are so many theories. Some people say we even have chance music. You don't arrange it, but everybody is playing something. Then you can hear the air condition, which is making a sound. There is silence.
There's silence.
Then there is somebody playing something. A horn honking.
Yeah.
So it's chance.
Even the footsteps.
Footsteps.
That gives some sound.
Some sound.
Yeah.
Okay. So all that put together is music.
Wow.
So these are theoretical understandings of what music is. But these 3 areas dominate because it's an industry, it's an emotion, and then it's also an arrangement.
Okay.
So whatever you think it is, it should be able to fit your life. If you share Africa, we have different types of music in every society, every community. Moframba kra wonyi instrument kra wafa Indiana and chance kra no music. And the whole world we've made to know that the first musical instrument ever known was the flute. It was just a dry bone lying on the floor and air was blowing through it. And it was making some interesting sound. So somebody picked it up. Then he showed it to the wind, the direction of the wind, and then the sound changes. He said, oh, let me start blowing it.
So now I'm going to give it my own air. Instead of giving it to the natural air,
Exactly.
and it gave a sound.
It gave a sound. And you know, from prehistorical times, we didn't have this 12-tone system that we have here,
Okay.
or the diatonic scales. No, we had like just the first, the root notes, the third, and the fourth. And then gradually the fifth came in, the sixth came in. In fact, there was a musician, a scientist, who was able to devise how we should portion musical intervals.
Wow.
You see, and that is what has changed our life. Up to today, we have people who does music with just 5 notes. 5 notes. And that is the whole basis from the beginning to the end.
Wow.
Some also makes music with the whole of the 12 tones. The Schoenberg came with what we call the 20th century composition with no tone.
Wow.
With like no tonal center. You can start, it goes somehow.
Whoa.
And then
in the year share music from the north and the impact, we're also going to look at whether in Yomna it is making an impact or not commercially, you understand. But I am not some yet bisa you know in pen paying there. Also, you know, wanna what to you mean why your singers are now musicians.
Okay.
Because difference papa we have wanna help us. Who is a musician?
Okay.
Or who should be qualified or classified as a musician when you want to boy?
Okay, all right. The word musician, another a singer. Singer you auto. Now, enjom or your music, enjom so your merewa. Binimin how to tonjum.
Okay, all right.
Oh, nimrewa ya da papa o chede. Enjom
The voice is good. Okay.
But say yeti them kasa or your musician no yedi ba. Twi kasema another fancy kasa another kan kasema. Ye need direct translation.
Okay.
Because say ko abrofu kro bebredo or onye Africa ha. Waka musician na obi otum de nsapo bo or the body or create some unique rhythms or a musician.
Okay.
Obi a obo guitar or a musician.
Okay.
Obi obo drum or a musician. Obi a or a percussionist jade. Or two medinisa about different things, or a drummer, or a singer, or a backup vocalist, or a clapper. He just play clapper. Another whatever. Once all revolve around music, you know, any activity will be a sound producer, cry a musician.
It's classified or qualified
as a musician. Obi could provide the professional service.
Okay.
It's also a musician because if you have a musical instrument, if you don't know what the musical instrument will do, how will you be able to? Until Obi or only designed to be on musical instrument, but Obi or on musical instrument, but he knows what the instrument does.
That's okay.
Obia, maboki, mamboyi. Once you can do something with any musical instrument, you will qualify to be a musician.
All right.
Now, said about musicians, so instrument in so the first instrument in the whole world is the human voice. And son, every other physical instrument will come in. Until Sebia and Yapano a musician. But we have about 3 categories of musicians. We have a professional musician.
Great.
We have an amateur musician. And then we have non-professional musician.
Okay.
Non-professional musician, no. Ebi oye mafufuro and now the music so come.
Okay. So that one what you watch up with them. Okay.
And the amateur musician, be a chorister.
Okay.
Into a singing group.
Okay.
Or a musician.
Okay.
Now professional musician no onye dwuma bia.
Enyum na anoye.
Okay. Auto ndwom Monday, Tuesday or sora enyum ho adwuma no rekeye.
Okay.
That's a professional musician.
Okay.
Into you be artist kra. You artist be obi a makeup artist, obi a hairdresser, obi a seamstress. No, sign your music. That person is not a professional musician.
So like music has become a part-time.
Yeah.
Let's get back to Yen focus for today. We're looking at music from the north. Over the years, is in a crowd nanka or sound in our ears when it comes to music from the north? No, yesidi kubwari yenina yesu sonina onu ne yenyimen. Aside no yebe yenenyim kakra da kina yiso banumina wobema in there we have the Riella, we have Fancy Gadem Samini Numina coming into the system. But one would say that music and kasa from the north in that northern language seems not to be thriving. If you look at these names that I've mentioned, I want you now, yet say, okweche kakansonya brofuma, no ye chi. And now when I won't come kasanika kra, brofu oteche. The question is, why is it so? Okay.
All right. So, like the first definition I gave of arrangement, as every person begins to associate with music, begins to do something, they think of business, they think of emotions, they think about arrangement. Into one, my people within the north, Kasaben Yeka, they speak Dagomba, Dagbani, Konkumba,
Sisala,
Sisara, Farafara, Hausa, a whole lot.
What else about?
A whole lot.
Yeah.
Now, you see, you are going to arrange for the people, and the people already have their traditional music. So who do you want to appeal to? Because it's a business. If you want to target an audience, and then you are looking at the marketability of the audience, how it will be able to make an impact. Until you can go to the north, you find a lot of musicians where you're very popular with the people, but they have not gotten that kind of big, massive attention nationwide. Why? Because the language has a barrier.
Okay.
Now, the language has a barrier. No, does not only mean that people don't understand the language. That's why they don't like the music. No.
Good.
It is the music and its arrangement itself that is able to appeal to people.
Okay.
And then one, promotion. Because we have been here. There's songs like Jerusalem, Inangose from South Africa. The music made a big impact.
Here in Ghana.
Here in Ghana.
Nobody
understands it.
Yeah.
But because music itself has a language, which is the way the arrangement communicates to you, how it's able to attach your emotions, how you're able to feel the beat, and it gingers you to get onto the music. That is the appeal I'm talking about. You see? So it doesn't matter whether the language, it doesn't matter where you are coming from, whether you are a northerner or not. Your arrangement and how it will touch the lives of people matters most. Inti Esha Alaji Sidi Kubuaraba Oto Hausa Yana Kada Chineke they played on radio so many times. Mr. Mutubi.
Okay.
But it's like
Okay.
It's a chrome ha and I could divorce for one room. Zobrazo. But Zobrazo near this. Why? It communicates to you.
Okay.
Which is an arrangement.
Okay.
And he said, if we have a musician in the north, now beginning national attention, or your business or your arrangement. And the business aspect in there, you do a very good arrangement and then you promote it. You are able to thrive. You will thrive. But beyond music only, there are also another barrier when it comes to language of the craft.
Okay.
Comedy. Poetry. Now, a poet, a comedian, now your language, now it thrives only on music, only on the words. And Sebia, you may be the best lyricist, betuma kasa winsem na kasa na rekano. It is not able to hit your audience. You will not go anywhere. That's what I say. Into language also plays a factor.
Okay.
There are some music be wha eponyomo na wha what kasa na ase a obeka no wonyo me do onya papa. Into them come from obeka wonyo no onya papa no. They are the people who are going to be your barriers to how the music will expand. But what's in you say, oh, we like the words. Then they will rather begin to influence people who don't understand the language. Oh, to them you mean this is what it means.
Okay.
Bone the music no then or
okay.
So words, whether the language in the music is something people don't understand it or not. If you couch words very well, promoters of your song will be people who understand the words and they will be able to play it.
Mayan share if we can have someone as a case study.
Okay.
In the history of Ghanaian music, if you can get someone who obey a national figure solely by singing Wani Kasim.
Riala.
Okay. Let's just analyze it. Is it by the personality that made him a national asset, or nationally everybody talking about her,
Okay.
the arrangement, or what? Then others listening to us from the north can learn something from it.
Good. One, music has a cultural base.
Okay.
If we're Ghanaian, na your culture is trying to promote somebody else's culture. Then it means you are telling us that those people's culture you are portraying should rather promote you. One, Riala has an African culture. The way she does her things. Apart from Riala, Angelina Kidjo from South Africa.
Okay.
Another fantastic person. She sang with her language. And the whole world loved it. Why? Because the arrangement of the music was fantastic. And if you care to find out what does the word say, you realize that, oh, wow, so this is what really it means. If this is what the words means, then I really love the music.
But in the case of Rihanna, for instance,
Yeah.
Mr. Binoska, you would realize that Ghana and Kasa, na Rihanna Ufino, shut down Bon Jeno the international stage.
Okay.
If you will agree with me, because Rihanna, from 2010 till date, if you look at the statistics with Ghana Music Awards, Yenshada Obi from the North Hawaii is solely, like you're saying, with the Rihanna Nizia, Waiting Wenya, the best artist of the year.
Yeah.
It hasn't really happened.
Good.
As far as so, the point is that in here we've still not come to accept what is from the north in terms of music. Internationally, what to know what promoting real Adamana. If you can help us know the dynamics very well.
Good. So the dynamics is about business. I gave you 3 definitions of music.
Good.
Business plays a very key role.
That's right.
And in every business, you target an audience.
Okay.
And from where I sit, I see Wiela, her target audience is not Ghana. Because that is the fact. How many times will you see Rihanna going on radio interviews trying to promote her songs? I don't see that much. You see, if you are not promoting your song here and you are promoting it elsewhere, that is where your market is.
But why would she think of promoting it elsewhere? Then it comes back to the question that, is it that the people in the country, as it stands, Yenshadarambe accept music brewed from the north with one language? That is why Wiela would look beyond Ghana to the international stage, because we're thinking that at least what Chrome is it, you should be, even the international stage. So we want to know how that is, and then are able to me for the promoting.
So I don't think it's with the Ghanaians. It depends on the artist. Okay. Because like if I say like what I said before Wiela came, there was Kinai Suba. Before Wiela came, there was Alhaji Sidi Kubwari, right? Samini had even been there before Wiela came. But Wiela's massive promotion, her target, and everything has been outside Ghana.
Aisha name was not in Nukrum Kasa. My father.
Yes, but it was a broken language. Broken language.
More or less in English.
Good.
Samini does not do
yes.
Inyumwa Nukrum Kasim. That is why maybe we've come to like them compared to that of Riela.
Samini promotes her songs here. You see, it's all about promotion. If your target audience, like I said, I keep saying to target audience, I can decide, okay, I want to make a music, and then my target audience is people in France. So then I have to sing in French.
Okay.
Right? We have a lot of artists from Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, who are very well known in France than even in their country. There's one artist, Bikra, I know him. I was going to meet him in Denmark last year, but for 1 or 2 we couldn't meet. His name is called Drum Master. He's a very popular artist in Denmark. Why? He sings in their language, Ewe, and French. That's how he composed, but he's in Denmark. Denmark is an English-speaking country, right? And they speak a little also Dutch.
Okay.
So why would they like him? Because that is what he is promoting. If he decides to come to Ghana to promote it, you will realize that people also begin to like it. So it's about promotion. You see, it's about promotion. If Sidi Kubwari became the president of Musicians Union at one time in his life, why? Because he decided to target Ghanaians as his audience. We were in Ghana, and the musicians be to call Germany. But what called that time? Charles Gojofosu, that Lumba. Nana Champo. Bessie Simons. Ben Braco. Juan. A lot of them. Over Germany. Why you ma? Ghana had over promote.
The late Ampem Dako.
George Dako.
Yeah.
And why is it so? Because that was their target audience. Their target audience was not in Germany because right? Kodwenchu even made his songs here, but these people were in Germany and they were making songs and they were bringing it to Ghana to promote. Why? Because that's your target audience. And then we also had another group of musicians who were Osibisa. They formed Osibisa band in London with about 5 Ghanaians, 1 Nigerian, 1 Senegalese, 1 an African person from, I think, Burkina Faso or something. And what's so band, and then their target audience was not Ghana. Was not Ghana. They were touring Europe and America, left, right, center.
But of course, you can pardon them because not one yet Ghana phone could say.
No. My point I'm trying to raise is that it's a target audience. So if you are a musician, we are like Otunukrum Kasa. Now she's not targeted Ghanaians to promote them to her. How would we know?
But Uncle Binoska, let's look at it again. Say yes, Ghana and Kasa as a whole, beyond the north. Now I'm trying to generalize it.
Okay.
Then we go back to the north to see how we can make so much impact. But beyond the north, it seems not to be doing well nationally. Maybe within their own community to be doing well. But even the Volta.
Good.
I wear them came in and that's it. After I wear them, to the Volta another Kasano is doing so well in terms of music.
It is doing so well. It is. I can mention about 5. I know Boss Quentin, he's a musician. I've been there, I met him. Mama Peace Kaba, she's a musician. I've met him. I know Kofi Toga. He's a musician. I've met him. A lot of musicians in the
music from Wanukrum Castle seems to be making airwaves. Or there.
No, there. But they have not done promotion. You see, if a music will travel, it's about promotion. Hey, you can make the best music. If you don't promote it, it will not go anywhere. Why do I say that? We're here. Shasha Mali made a reggae song. We didn't understand what he was talking about. Mata, tui, mata, pui, mata, fush. People were saying, until later he explained that, it's a name of people. 3 people I met in abroad. That's their name. But that name sounds something else here. And the song he promoted it too. And when he promoted it, it got that impact. So I'm saying that if you are an artist from the north, you are an artist from Volta, you are an artist from anywhere, and you want your music to thrive, you have to promote it. Without promotion, your music is not going anywhere. Yeah? You were here and Kumasi guys, a group of from America. And they began to promote it. And then Shatawale went on board, Sarkodie went on board, did a rap song with them featuring and a lot of that. So what? It's about promotion.
Has the entertainment industry itself here in Ghana, and this time around, let me broaden it because radio, television, have we come to the point of accepting other languages aside Fante, Chi, English? All over. You go to Sekenita Kradi and then you hear Chi. You hear English, you hear Fanti on our radio stations. You hardly hear Nzema, you hardly hear Ahanta. You come to Greater Accra, and about 90%, if not more, or your Chi, English, even the Ga, just a few stations you hear, one program B or 2B, you hear them, they were presenting in Ga. So don't you think that as a people, any other language may not be thriving aside these 3 that I've mentioned? Bronyini as a brain, Chi, and then Fanti more or less.
Okay, so let me say this. The whole world, China is the leading population, right? Billion population. From there, India. Then the rest of them, small, 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 small. Look at the population of Nigeria. 240 million population. Okay? Look at their artists. What are they singing? They are singing in English language. Okay? Look at America. What's the population of America? Okay, now let's compare America and China. Which China artist do you know that you think is big in the whole world? You don't know.
We are looking at within China. Within
Yes.
China, I'm sure they have them.
They
so
have
we're looking
them.
within Ghana.
Aha. So the point I'm trying to draw your attention to is that it's not the people deciding to accept something. That perception, I don't know how to measure it. You see, and there hasn't been any study to say that, oh, Ghanaians accept this language, Ghanaians don't accept this language. I know some Nzema artists, they've made songs. There is even one choral music I made say back in 2004. Nyame le woke oba yebwe, nyame le woke oba yebwe. Biza nyamile, biza nyamile, biza nyamile, oba yebwe, nyame le woke oba yebwe, nyame le woke oba yebwe.
Where did it get to?
Where did it get to?
So what tone would
It is-
Chima Nade Fantima? I'm sure it would have gotten everywhere.
No. No.
I'm sure
I
that.
disagree. I disagree.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It's about promotion. Masa, me say, Jerusalem, inangose, I don't know the words, but it make an impact. Why? Promotion. Promotion. See, Masa,
So you think the
Look at-
Fanti seems to be promoting theirs more
they are
than...
promoting their songs more than, it's not about language. If it's about language, yeah, then South Africa, one you more about Ghana, ha? Zulu language, Obiantiasi, we were jamming to it. Zobrazo, even there was a time called Spanish, Mexican songs were thriving here. Why? It's about promotion. You promote, you see, music has a language.
Okay.
And the language of music is not in a dialect. Let me use the word. It's not in an ethnic dialect. It has its own language which it communicates with instruments, with beats, with rhythm, with melodic phrases, with how voices. You see, when you hear a voice and you know, oh, I like this voice. Why? Because it resonates in your mind and you associate with it emotionally. So whether you understand the words or not, it's not a problem. But what makes you feel is what matters most. Let me give you one musician, Kenny Rogers. He's an American. Kenny Rogers, oboe saxophone, and he used piano and other instruments and guitar, and oboe only instrumental music
With few lyrics.
with few lyrics. In fact, I can't even count his songs that I know that have lyrics. But I know a lot of them with no lyrics. Why? And I love it when I hear it. Maybe I remember one accordion concerto. A friend of me introduced me to it. I was listening to it. There was no lyrics. But I liked the way the melody was being played on the in it. And the way the arrangement were. Sometimes there was a pause. There's a little speed up. There's a little slow. So language of music is not in dialect.
Okay.
So I don't want us to take it there because this language is from the north. That is why Ghanaians have not accepted it.
Okay.
No.
It's just a mere perception.
It's just a mere perception and I don't know how to measure it.
Okay.
Okay? So what I want us to measure here is promotion. Now, if you go on all platforms, they measure. How do they measure promotion? How is the song making airwaves, radio, television, events? How are people playing it? Then you are able to measure, oh, okay, this song is #1 on track 10 chart.
Okay.
Or this chart, this week, this song is trending this much. How? Why? Because these are the ways and means to measure how a song is being done well. So if an artist, There can be, sometimes there are different ways of promotion. An artist will not even go on radio stations. But what would they do? They will go and pay for airtime on radio to be played. They will pay DJs
to play the songs for
to
them.
play the songs. They will go to events and they will tell the person who is singing or the musician, please play me this song. It's a form of promotion.
Okay.
And then sometimes too, they have a place when you go, this is the music you will hear. Only.
So we're trying to say that from the north, you know,
Yeah.
they have not been able to promote one song so well, aside the few names we know.
Exactly.
So at this point, how do you think they should go about it?
Good. So they should make a target audience, because I cannot sit here and say that this is one formula which will work for everybody. You see, music is an investment. It's an investment of your time, your energy, your effort. And it's also an investment in terms of how money you put in. Now, let's look at this. If Riala wants to be known in Ghana, she should now start to what? The same song with the same language. Target radio stations. I'm sure that if you get Riala here this morning, those who are watching us on TV will say, oh, Riala came on Max TV.
Yeah.
Oh, so what are her songs? Let me go and listen to her songs. That is promotion.
Okay.
If Riala decide to talk Kumasi radio stations, I'm telling you, within a matter of a month, the songs that you don't know what it means, you will hear them, and you will be forced to listen. And you will even have interest, because the music will communicate with you with its own language. And when it does, what it will do? It will change your emotions, and you may not understand what it means, but you will sing them just like I'm singing this morning. You see? So that is the language of music. So what I prefer, every artist, the Akans, the English people are doing so well. The Northness, the Voltarians, the Nzima you are referring to. There are a lot of artists who, Eko Takradi Western Music Awards. You hear a lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them. You see, if they want to be known, if they want to be accepted nationally, they should promote it.
It's been an interesting conversation, and I'm sure if you are an artist there listening to us this morning, you would realize that the barrier has nothing to do with language, but it has to do with promotion. Today, we've been told so. It's more like some wonderful consultations from Mr. Binoska. It has been an interesting conversation with Mr. Binoska here in the studios. Unfortunately, we could not have all the time. We had some few hitches, so we could not really get that time to look at it in full. But I'm sure another time we'll be here to look at how to promote music beyond the language and, you know, all that we've talked about. We'll look at the financial aspect of it and so on and so forth. But it's always good to have you. And I once again would like to thank you so much for being my guest today.
All right. I also want to say thank you so much for having me. Let me use this opportunity to say thank you to yourself and your wonderful crew, Obapa, Amasi Edua, and the rest of the team. And then also, University of Education, Winneba, we are doing so well, and we have wonderful programs. If you are finished secondary school, you are about finishing. And if you want to go to university, if you want to be a teacher or you don't want to be a teacher, we have both education programs and non-education programs. And music at Winneba is the best.
Wow,
so
it has always been, actually.
Yes,
it has
so
always been.
Our Vice Chancellor, Professor Stephen Jobson Mitchell, we're going to do his investiture on next Friday, a week today, which is 19th April.
So all are invited?
All are invited.
You cannot afford to miss that one. Make sure you'll be a part of it. It has been me, Kojo Addison, together with Joy Wilson. We presented to you the Friday's edition of